Hey everybody, Substatica here. As my channel grows, I've been looking for ways to expand and up my game. So I reached out to the good folks at ProTubeVR, and they've been kind enough to send me a MagTube gunstock and ProStraps to try out. Now some of you may know, the gunstock that I'm using currently is one that I 3D printed myself, but there's been some innovations since that model was designed. So let's have a look and see what the pros are using these days.
Alright, here we are with our package from ProTubeVR, which I believe is based in France. They shipped it via DHL, which is a great courier. I've always had good experiences with DHL, and this international shipping arrived in just a couple days, so that's great too. Let's go ahead and open it up. I've just taken out the invoice, so I'm not doxing my address or anything like that. ProTubeVR. Hi fellow gamer, thank you for reading this. As gamers ourselves, we are always aiming to increase your fun and get the most out of virtual reality. Since 2016, we have been designing products to enhance your VR sessions and your immersion. Gonna take our play to the next level. Okay, I'll be using this with a Quest 2 mainly, so they've included ProStraps for the Quest 2. We got some Velcro here. Everything seems nice and soft and supple. Stitching seems good. Velcro seems strong. I think that might be a little R there. Let's grab the other one. Have to look to see exactly how to connect these, and looks like that was an R because we have an L here. And looks like we've got some hardware as well in this little bag. Not sure exactly how to hook these up yet, but I'll find out. Now you can order these MagTubes assembled or ready to assemble, depending on how well you are at assembling things, I suppose. And then we've got a strap, which is an option that you can purchase along with the MagTube. Seems well made. Better than the straps on most of my gear, such as backpacks and bags. Got clips and some elastic here. So very cool. Pretty soft. We've got a ring there to mount other things on, I suppose, if we wanted to add some flair to our stock. Let's put that back in for a second, try to keep things organized. And then we have the stock itself. In this case, is assembled, and it is the carbon color. We've got a couple Allen keys here, and it looks like maybe a sticker. So that's great. You can always use more Allen keys. And then got the stock itself folded up. Now, a lot of the parts, if not all of the plastic parts, are 3D printed, but the quality of the printing is really good. And I inquired as to what plastic they're printing it with, and they said it's XT, which is a plastic that is 20% carbon fiber, so one of the strongest plastics that you can print with. You can see we have cups for the controllers. Going to have to loosen the joints with the Allen key, and we'll expand the stock here. So it looks like the larger of the two Allen keys is going to be what we'll use for this. I think that might be a magnet. And a dog. Mascot, perhaps. See that the larger of the two keys. And we'll just loosen this. We don't want to strip any parts by trying to adjust it without loosening. So things are starting to relax there. We'll just let's keep that loose for a second, although we don't want things flopping around. Okay, that is a strong magnet. So the cups for the controllers are magnetically attached. You can see the magnet in there, and then you can see the mount point there. So that really wants to go in its home there, which is great. And then we've got a buttstock for our shoulder and a rest for our cheek weld. And then we've got rubberized mount points for the strap, it would seem. And then we have some knobs where we can adjust the position of the controller cups. That looks pretty good to start. I'm just gonna tighten that up a bit. We'll see how the controllers fit in. Now I'm coming from a 3D printed stock that I printed myself. So this is going to be quite an upgrade. The fact that I can configure all of the angles on the stock will be quite a difference. Okay, so put that down. Actually, let's get this box out of the way. And we'll get the strap out to start. That looks fantastic. And we'll just snap that in. And we've got things tightened down. This is configured for myself as I'm right-handed. They checked with me to make sure that they got that correct. So let's get a controller. Wow, that feels great right away. Just goes right to my shoulder. I can comfortably grab both controllers. Overall, the construction seems fantastic. Nothing's loose. Nothing's frayed. There's no stringy bits on any of the 3D printed parts. Now, as you can see, the straps on the controllers are fed through these little holes at the bottom of the cup. So if you're a player that likes to take the controllers right out of the cups, then you know, that might be an issue for you. You might have to adjust to that, where you're leaving the controllers in the cups as is intended with this type of stock, and just taking the cup right off of the stock if you need to perform an action in the game that requires you to detach from the stock. Well, I know that ProTubeVR has a good reputation, but I gotta say that the quality that I'm seeing so far does not disappoint. And as someone who does 3D printing, I couldn't get this type of quality myself. So there we have it, the MagTube. Let's see how it performs in-game. Alright, here we are in the Into the Radius shooting range, and this is the Quest version of the game, just because I'm doing a playthrough and I needed to complete the training for security level 2, so I figured I'd take this opportunity to test out the ProTubeVR MagTube. So we've got the Mosin Nagant here, and I've been able to adjust the MagTube without taking off the headset because of those generously sized knobs for adjusting the cup positions, and seems to be working really well. I think we're out. The stock sits comfortably on my shoulder. It is easy to find the magnets. The gun stays very steady. I don't have a scope, so this is a bit tricky. There we go. As you can see, I'm able to cycle the bolt, which requires me to detach the mag cup and reattach it in rapid succession. So when you're starting with a stock or you're switching stocks, there's always going to be an adjustment period where you have to get used to the positioning of the cups and the mechanics involved in that particular stock. And I was worried that it would take me a long time to get used to this stock coming from my other 3D printed stock, but it seems like that's not the case. I think we might need some more ammo from down here. I may adjust the strap so that the weapon sits a bit higher, or the stock I should say, when not in use. But other than that, it's a very easy transition so far. Alright, so that is bolt action with the MagTube. Let's just see how fast I can cycle it and put it back on the magnet.
pretty good. Let's try something else. So now we've got the PPSH, and it sits a bit different than the Mosin. So what I can do in real time here is loosen one of the cups and adjust its position. And then I'll go ahead and tighten that back up. That's looking better. And we're good to go with the new weapon. Let's drop that out. Another mag in. We don't need to charge the weapon. Set those up again. These sights aren't the greatest, especially on a dark background. Okay, empty it, drop the mag out, grab another one, cycle, and we're back on the stock. Overall, I gotta say I'm pretty pleased with how this stock is performing, and how easy it's been for me to transition from my old 3D printed stock to this one. Now, one of the big differences I'm noticing is that the MagTube is a smaller profile. Because it's just the tubes and it's not a big bulky stock, it makes it easier to insert magazines, because you're not fighting this large apparatus of the stock to get the magazine into its well. In weapons that have it seated, you know, basically just above the stock that you're holding. So that's a nice improvement for me. And looks like the creatures of the zone are going to have a little more to contend with now. Well, having spent some time in-game with the MagTube, I'm very impressed with its performance. It's solid, it's comfortable, and it's easy to configure without taking your headset off. I also attached the ProStraps right to the mag cups, and that allows you to basically let go with no chance of your controller falling. Now, you don't need a MagTube to use these ProStraps. You can configure them to attach directly to your controller in the event that you're not pleased with the out-of-the-box wrist straps that leave your controllers dangling if you happen to let go. I'll be using this stock as my main stock, so you'll be able to get my feedback as I play through various games on my channel. And if you do decide to purchase, you can use the link in the description to help support the channel that way. If you haven't already, take a minute to click the S in the corner to subscribe. Heading for 25,000 subscribers, I'd love to have you on the team. Also, like, share, leave a comment, let me know what you think of the video, or of the MagTube, or any products that you'd like to see me unbox and try out on the channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.